Alright, we're back here with some T1000 Ultimate Guide goodness. Now, I'm not the most knowledgeable on the character, but I feel like it's pertinent to my content creation to actually cover this character at some point, so here we go. Now, I'm going to be demonstrating Janet, Movado, Tremor in this video. I'm aware of like things like Sector and Striker, but I don't know enough about those teams to really use them and demonstrate their potential. Movado and Janet, I do. And Tremor I do. Tremor is probably my favorite one out of the cameos I've tested. Of course, simple ones like Serene and Sub-Zero will work as usual, but we'll cover Movado first since it's the easiest to cover, and then we'll move over up to Janet and Tremor. But first, of course, we start with normals and specials like normal. So let me just cut, and then we'll cover the normals and specials. Alright, so I was reviewing some of the frame data, startup data, hit advantage, stuff like that. So, generally speaking, this man has some, machine has some decent enough mix in its strings and special department. A 7-frame stand 1-2-1. This is a high mid into an overhead. The actual high mid, the 1-2, this is 0 on block, meaning this man can stagger into 0, and at that point it can throw you, or command grab you, or mix up, whatever. The 2-4, this is a high into a low. This is I believe a 9-frame or 10-frame high, has a really good range, into a low. This has a gap, so high, so the 2-4 has a gap, 1-2-1 has a gap. Next we have forward 2-2. These are mids, these are both mids, no gap. 15-frame startup, mid, that's safe, gapless. Not a bad mid. Next you have forward 1-4 and forward 2, or sorry, forward 1-4 and forward 1-2. 1+3. So then forward 1-4. This is a high, mid into a low, and this is a combo starter. You can do combo stuff. It is technically safe on block unless the opponent decides to armor, then it's punishable. Forward 1-3 is -10 on block, so this is fully punishable if you stop here. The idea here is the forward 1-3 does not have an armorable gap. The forward 1-4 does. So that means if you want the safer option, you have to risk the armor. If you want the less safe option, there's no armor to worry about. If you do the grab at the end is a true throw. They have to duck this. It's a true unblockable throw. It's a high, you can duck it, but you can get full combos depending on the cameo. So I forgot to mention the 2-4 has a grab follow-up. It's not a true grab, it's just a grab animation, or hit grab animation. Does decent damage. You can do it on block, it is safe on block. I don't really use it all, I just go for the high-low, the stand 2-4. Next we have stand 3-2-1-2. This, I believe, what was the startup on the stand 3? Like, maybe 1 sec, let me double check. Alright, we are back, and I was just double checking. So, stand 3 is an 11-frame high, which is plus on block, and then the full string 3-2-1-2, as far as I've been able to test, has no gaps. Meaning this string is kind of nasty because it is a high, mid, overhead, and I think another mid at the end. So basically what this means is this string just allows for a mix, but also is just a safe string to throw out there because you travels forward pretty far. It's also cancelable into all your specials. It also just is the highest damaging string in general. Yeah, stand 3 is and there's some stuff I found a second ago which is kind of, not the craziest thing in the world, but I do appreciate it. So next, back 3-2. This is the reset string, similar to Ghostface's back 3 or Conan's stand 2-2. Back 3-2 is a 14-frame. This back 3 is a 14-frame low. Back 3-2 is, I don't remember the actual startup on it, but this is punishable. This back 3-2, if the t1000 commits to this, they're punished. They cannot block. There's nothing they can do to get out of this unless they have like certain cameos, maybe, sure. But generally speaking, this is punishable. But the back 3 itself is not. This is safe on block, and it actually has some decent hit advantage to it too. So the t1000 is plus 16 if he hits this little back 3. So it means he jails into like whatever he wants, realistically. Like if he wants, he can do back 3 into stand 3-2-1 into whatever, right? So it actually jails a good bit. It's weird because the hit advantage on just back 3-2 on the reset is plus 6, but there's enough cancel advantage on hit to actually combo into certain specials. So let's just do the gunshots, boom, gunshots, and I think the down back 2 combo extender, yeah, and the down forward 2, yeah, and then the back forward 3, yeah, and then the hammer, which the hammer is my favorite special just because it's just the bonk, right? It's a very funny sound. It does not combo, but yeah, it's fun enough. I don't use the Mac 3 a whole lot outside of combos because I like to reset the opponent and actually do more juggles and stuff, but you can kind of whip punch with it because both of these first 2 hits are considered lows. In fact, I don't think the third hit actually comes out on whiff. I'm trying to backdash here to... Yeah, so it's only the first 2 hits. The third hit is just there for the reset itself and to be cancelled. Funny enough, it actually doesn't combo into Serena's knives, which I figured it would, but it doesn't. So yeah, so next we have stand 4, which I believe is 11 frame high as well. I don't remember, there's a lot of numbers to remember here. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, circle, here we go, 4. Let's see, where is it? Wish I could read this faster. 11, right. And so this string is actually kind of nasty as well because there's a bunch of overheads in here, and we'll demonstrate. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to demonstrate. There we go. There we go. So it is punishable against certain armors, it looks like, especially Johnny. But it's like high, overhead, high. Like, it actually has some mix potential, especially because that Mac 3 is a low into a mid. So you actually might get some shenanigans. So generally, the main strings I would really look for are your 4-3-4-3-4. This we just discussed. 3-2-1-2. 2-4. Your back through 2 in combos or resets. Your 4-2-2 is like a great one to throw out. It's a safe mid. Forward 1-2, or sorry, forward 1-4, forward 1-3. Those are all good. The only one that I don't see a whole lot of applications is the 1-2-1. Unless you want to play around like the stackers and then like bait the armor stuff, like that's really good at that. But generally, it's not a go-to. Last but not least, we have the sweep, just back 4. Pretty decent range from what I can tell. Like, it has decent enough range. It's safe. It's a knockdown. It's fine. You're down 1. It has no range. Your down 3 has no range. Down 4 is in range. Down 4 actually has like 1 footstep outside of like in their face range, and the down 3 as well. Down 3 has decent range. Generally, I think down 3 might be better because I think down 3 has more hit advantage to jail. So you might be better off with down 3, but for the range, down 4 is good. But down 4 is also punishable on block depending on the character and the distance. So generally, I try to do down 3 if I can. Alright, so we're back again with specials. So just to call it as I can, I don't find a lot of applications for the down back gunshot. The down forward gunshot's kind of cool, right? You're running at them, does a side switch stabbing move or whatever he does. But you're not really zoning with these. They're helpful for combo extension, and we'll get to that in a second. Your next option, I don't even know the startup or the data. I think the data, they're both -20 on block, so I try not to use them, honestly. Unless you have like cameos that can keep you safe while still getting combos. That's on you, but that's not my thing. So down forward 2 is your armor. This is just a relatively quick mid. Of course, it's punishable on block, as all armors are in this game. I haven't been able to find a cameo that can combo off of this. I don't know. Maybe other cameos can, like maybe Scorpion, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's an okay move. Your down back 2 is a combo ender. Just a side switch and a pretty cool animation. You enhance it, it becomes a juggle, so t1000 can jump after, do whatever he wants, right? Your down back forward 2, this is my favorite special move he has, because this is a 12% damage plus on block overhead. It's +3 on block, but certain cameos can get combos off this, and my favorite is with Trevor, because you can do See, metallic. So certain strings will will combo into the overhead hammer, right? Right, so 2-4 into the hammer, into tremor, boom, right? You know, it's like 30%-ish, 27%, whatever the damage is, right? So it's decent enough damage for and it by itself, I think it's safe or, you know, hard to punish. But if you amplify it again, it's +3. And T1000 on block, this dude, like him on block, like has a 12 frame mid right behind it, or 15 frame mid. So like that turns into 9 frame mid or 12 frame mid. You know, if he wants, he can do back 3, catch you trying to do anything, and then he can reset you into back 3-2, reset, blah blah blah. He can throw out his stand 4-2-4 string and like just advance at you. So I don't know. I find the hammer to be like really fun, like just on a pure cosmetic level from the sound design. So those are all pretty straightforward. You have your down forward 2 is your armor, down back 2 is your combo extender, down back forward 2 is a pressure / combo extension, mix up option. Gunshots I don't really put a whole lot of weight behind, and then next you have down back 3 and down and back forward 3. So then we will just quickly send it back to auto. So down back 3 is interesting because down back 3 is a nearly full screen overhead. Or sorry, not overhead, sorry, low. This double hit, this is a low into a mid. It also allows for combos. It does allow for juggles and combos with certain cameos and pairings, but it also is a meterless launcher in the corner, and especially with Movado, which we'll demonstrate in a minute, it can lead to some interesting potential. So if I just do this, let's see if I remember I did this. Okay. Come on. Come on. There. But you get the basic ideas. You can like down 1 into back forward 3 into more juggles and whatever else. So it is definitely a key tool, especially because if you enhance it, it is a 7 frame startup, low into a mid, that goes into full combos. This will punish fatals, this will punish projectiles, this will punish a lot of things in this game. So it is very punishable on block on its own, but it does dictate the pace of neutral a lot. Like if you're going to try and zone with T1000 at all, just use down back 3 enhanced or down back 3 on its regular startup frames, because the gunshots are way punishable. The gunshots are duckable. Like this isn't duckable. You have to watch your feet, watch your toes. So this move is just a lot of fun. They're really silly. So next we'll go over the back forward 3. Now back forward 3 puts T1000 in this like liquid state. He moves forward along the ground like a puddle. If you enhance it, the stance like drops as an actual hit. If you press 2 out of it, it's an uppercut launcher. If you press 1, I think it's the same animation. Oh no, the 1 is just a regular mid. 3 cancels it again. 4 is the uppercut launch. So like a basic combo, the like 1-2 into the back forward 3. Like if you want to do 1-2, back forward 3, 2 while you're in the stance. Then do jump 2, 1 + 3 in the air. Like just really basic combo. Like I know you can do more, I know you can get more damage, but I'm just for basic demonstration purposes, that is the simplest I can recommend, right? You can get fancier. So if you start to do more advanced stuff, you do like a string, so 1-2, the back for 3 stance, then 2, then you do jump 1-2-2, and then you could end it with the command grab. So if you want a bit more damage, you can do this. Boom, and then should hit 25. So yeah, so it is. That's a lot of his combo structure, especially in the corner. It turns into the corner combos turn into a lot of down back 3 into down 1 or stand 1 or whatever little micro extension into back forward 3 into jumping into. His combos get pretty intricate. His combos are very fun, very fun. So the last move we'll cover is back forward 4. I don't really want to worry about spinning the bar on a lot of these, except the down back forward 2, the down back 2 and down forward 2. Spinning the bar on the gunshots, I don't really think is necessary. Spinning bar on the down back 3, I think is very vital depending on the punish and depending on the character. And the spinning bar on the back forward 3, I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Like save the bar because it's already a meatless launcher. Why do you need to spend the bar on it unless you want to try and use it to fake out a cancel maybe? Lastly, we have back forward 4. This is a stance. Think like T800. The Terminator back in the Terminator featured an MK11 with the T800. The running man stance, back forward 4, same idea. You do the walking stance, press 1 is a throw, and then stance 2 is a mid hit knockdown. The idea is, of course, you throw them a lot, and the throw gets a full combo with certain cameos. The mid is just a punishable mid. It's a knockdown splat, not a big deal. But what's nice about this is the fact that you can cancel this. If I remember correctly, yeah, you can cancel it. So you can actually like. It's a very slow cancel, but you can't do it. And then it has armor. So people will try to poke you out of this, but it has legitimate armor. So let me just see if I can get him to poke as a reversal. Let me just pause this so I can figure this out. Alright, we have it set up so Johnny will do a down 1 when he's able. So I'm going to press stand 3 to stance, then grab him after he pokes me. Let's see if we can get this right. So he poked me, but I still can grab him because of the armor. And that can go full combo situation depending on the cameo. So his back forward 4 is like one of his key things. You can even like combo directly into it with certain combos like we showed earlier. A forward 1-4 into stance grab is like a legit thing, so that works on hit. T1000, like if I were to make a synopsis, he is like probably the most well-rounded character in the game. Like he has a bit of zoning, he has mix-ups, he has pressure, like plus on block situations, and tick throws. Like he is like what I hope MK1 can be if they do end up more patches, because I feel like a lot of characters, like, this might be a video for a different day, but generally I think a lot of this game, like the creativity and the cool stuff came with the DLC because they were able to do more creative stuff. Once the cameos got sorted out a little bit, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the creativity went to the DLC, and the base roster fighters like kind of got shafted. Like T1000, Ghostface, even Conan, like Homelander, Ermac, like even Quan Chi, even though Quan Chi's not the greatest, like they all have like way interesting mechanics, at least for me. And then you go look at someone like, I don't know, Rain, where it's like, what do you really see from Rain aside from like the dash canceling? When it's like Ermac does that better, but I guess Rain has like counter zoning potential. I don't know. It's a different discussion for a different video. But the general gist is he can mix you while pressuring you, and you have to worry about the command grab because it's armored. There are ways to beat him out of the armor. It's not unbeatable, but you can like uppercut him. You can do other methods, but generally, he's my kind of character, right? Mixing people are crazy. He has command grab shenanigans, like actual like grappler-esque animations. Like a lot of his strings, I'm like, dude, this dude is like a grappler, like animation style. You know, sort of what I thought with Omni-Man, and then I was like, Omni-Man doesn't really have a whole lot going for him, but you know, fun combos, I guess. Anyway, so we've covered the normals and specials. Now let's try and put these together in like combos and cameos. Alright, we're here with Mavado T1000. Now, naturally, you lose a little bit of health, but I think for the sheer utility of Mavado, I think it's not a bad trade-off. So, we'll set him to auto, so you guys can see what actually combos. And we'll just back up a bit here and do the down back 3, and come on now. Yeah, so you can actually get full combos. It's a bit tricky. Come on now. Okay, come on. I mean, okay, that's something, right? I don't know what the optimal would be, but that's some damage, right? From a low that goes 60% of the screen or 70% of the screen. Of course, you can do that in actual combos. You can do stuff like this, right? Something really basic like this. Come on now. Yeah, keep it real simple. Again, you guys can shut up, PlayStation. You guys can see the potential. You guys can look up more advanced guides. This is a starter guide essentially. So the low combos, I think the overhead combos as well. Maybe off if you do the overhead with the electric line. I guess not, huh? I guess not. Maybe in the corner. But so then lastly we have the command grab, which yeah, so it's a little tight. It's not tight, it's just, come on now. I'm not this bad, I promise.
You can't win.
Okay, I might be this bad. I just might be. Okay, you get the idea. You can actually get a full combo. I'm terrible. Get a full combo off that command grab for half a kameo gauge. You can do fancier stuff, I'm sure, but yeah, it's okay. All right, well, it's not okay. It's actually really good. Being able to combo off the low, combo off the command grab, those are pretty good. You get a combo off the throw, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't know what the optimal is off that, but you can do that. I don't know how else to say it other than, yeah, Movado is a pretty chunky assist because you get combos off a good chunk of the screen. You get combos off your armored grab. You get combos off the gunshots, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Maybe just a bit too far away. Maybe I think that's what's happening there. So then next we'll cover over to Janet. I know, like, you know, sure, people are like, oh, you can show this combo, the net utility. I'm like, yes, I can. However, I am just trying to get people a basic general guide of like, here's what works, right? At least in my experience. All right, now we have Ms. Janet Cage, and the general ideas are the same. You have armored combos off the grab. You have combos off the low, right? So really basic right there. Clean 30-something%, right? Janet has so much more damage than Movado, and it's not even funny. Holy crap. Yeah, so it is a Janet is boom, right, damage. And then, I forgot to show off, Movado can do that as well. The other thing you can do with Janet and Movado both is your forward 1-4, the mid-low, that's safe on block. You can get full combos. You can get off. I thought I saw a clip of someone getting something off of this. With Janet, maybe Movado probably as well. But yeah, so generally speaking, I like Movado and Janet both work very well. They have good damage, good utility in those areas, especially giving someone like t1000 a reset when he has a launching overhead or resetting low. This, you know, not the greatest thing, but he can do this. I completely forgot to. I did the back two. I just don't think about the back two, to be honest. Like, it's a decent move, but I just didn't think about it. But yeah, so back two is a pretty slow overhead. Like, you get 25% off it though, that's not too bad. It is very punishable on block. You can anti-air with it, like this first long animation where he does like a, I can't even tell what he's doing, like sound-wise, but he's doing something. It actually counts as an airborne hit for some reason. If you hold the overhead, you can actually cancel. I don't know how quickly you can cancel it, but you can actually fake out the overhead. So if people try to up-block it or whatever reason, you can get more damage with the throws, or the throw combos as well. I don't know, maybe people have more use of it, maybe it's more useful in the corner for like combos and stuff, but I generally haven't found too much of a use for it, just in my experience. I mostly play around the low and the command grab mix, not really the overhead mix. I do play around the hammer mix though. The hammer mix is really fun. So next we'll move over to, I think we can cover some Jax. I'm not, I don't know, Jax is one of those cameos where it's like, he's kind of cool to use with t1000, but he doesn't really get you as much as Tremor or Janet or Movado. I do know Sector does, so we can probably cover Sector, I suppose. We'll do that. So the main thing that I have experienced, and I'm going to say this is from a friend of mine named Blue, or Blindside Blue. He likes t1000 with Sector, but the general idea is you have There you go. So you can keep a combo going off the gunshots and keep it grounded. You could probably do 2 missiles. You can even do a combo off the command grab for 1 bar. Yeah, there you go. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Where is it? Okay. That's right before the stab. Come on now. Okay, but you get the general gist. Of course, off back there, I'm sure you can get better missiles. Yeah, you can get missile combos, which is pretty cool. If you would like, you can even do something like this. Okay, that doesn't combo. That's enough hit stun. That doesn't combo. Wow, he does not have a lot of hit stun off those strings right there, does he? Forward 1-4. Let's see. Forward 1-4. Okay, you can actually reset off the forward 1-4. Not bad. Stand 1-2. Let's see. Stand 1-2 works about 4-3. KO. Nope. Okay, so I would say I don't think summons work very well with t1000. This man does not have a lot of hit advantage. This is kind of silly, to be honest. But yeah, so the general gist, as you can see, hopefully, that doesn't work either. Jeez. What about this? Did that work? That doesn't work. Alright, I'm getting sidetracked. Point is, my dog decided to move around in his sleep, and he scared the hell out of me. Got jump scared by my own dog. Yeah, so Sector, he's one of those ones that I don't know enough about the team personally, but he does have some potential here. So if those of you play a T1000 Sector, let me know down below what I did wrong, because I'm sure I did. Next we'll cover Tremor. Tremor's my favorite with T1000, just for a couple reasons. I'll show those in a second. It's because of the sheer utility. I'll demonstrate some stuff. It's not the most damaging or most crazy stuff, but I like it. Alright, so we have Tremor, and Tremor does lead to some decent damage, there's some decent potential. So something as simple as this. Okay, come on now. Let's try again. Here's like something really simple like that. You can do that. You can do like off the standing up punch. You can do something like this. Come on, come on. I am failing at everything today, aren't I? There, just again, really basic. Good lord, I am not doing good. Fun. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So the nice thing about Tremor is that Tremor comes out. Yeah, Tremor comes out consistently off all of these. Off all these hit confirms, ground confirms, right? Back 3-2 even works. He works off every single punch, string, as far as I can tell. Like I haven't seen any that doesn't work. But also the utility of, you can do something like this, right? So if I do, that actually combos, right? And the reason why that might be kind of nasty is you could do this. You can get like just a decent amount of damage for. I mean, yeah, you could get way more damage if you do combos and stuff, but considering that's about just about 25% for a high mid overhead low overhead sequence, that if someone does block that, great, you know. But even if they don't block it all correctly, like that's still, it's okay-ish damage, right? And the nice thing about Tremor ambushing into these different options, even full screen here. So if I do full screen. Let's just reset you to metallic and then do to full screen. There we go. T1000 can just, you can actually zone a little bit. It actually helps him get in as well, because like he can actually run in. But yeah, it's interesting as far as those go. But the main meat and potatoes that I appreciate is the ambushing into the ground pound, ambushing into the up punch stuff. So you can do stuff like this, right? So you could do in the gunshots and the jumping, whatever, right? Just really something simple like that if you'd like. Or you can start doing fancier things. Just almost 50% damage for a full gauge and a special bar, and decent enough damage in my opinion. You can get combos off the command grab. Timing's a little tight, but you can do it. So there you go, something like that. I think I can even get to the command grab again. Anyway, you get the general idea. You can actually get full combos and stuff off your low and the overhead. Actually, the low, let me show the low. There's something really simple like that you can do. You can do fancier, more complex stuff, of course. But the thing that I appreciate about it is the overhead gets a full combo as well, right? And again, as we covered earlier, that is a plus on block overhead that becomes a launcher with Tremor. Now, of course, other cameos do launch as well, like I think like Scorpion and Darius and stuff. But I like Tremor because I get 100 more health. I get a good forward throw that is good Oki, plus the extra utility of adding the ambushing lows or the ambushing overheads into the strings or the specials, as well as the full screen projectile shenanigans and reflect and give myself different armors. Like T1000 Tremor is like so much fun to me. Combos are a bit tight for some of these, but they're not the hardest thing in the world, especially. I'm trying to think. The one caveat is this, right? You can't do like your command grab. You can't do your command grab ambush Tremor up launch stuff with the command grab. It has to be flat on the ground. You can't just do a full BMB into your end with the command grab and then do more. You can't do that, as far as I'm aware. Maybe you can in the corner, but I haven't really tried all that hard, to be honest. Yeah, you might even be able to do this. Like, it might be a bit tricky. If you want to keep your overhead a bit safe, you can do that. If you want to keep... I think you can actually get something off the... I'm sure you can get something off this. I just don't know what. Maybe in the corner. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. Yeah, okay. There you go. You can use a little bit of a pickup off the enhanced snapback 3 if you want to do that. It's not the craziest thing in the world, but you can do it. It's pretty cool. Back throw, gets full combo. Boom, right, damage. Cool. Just about 25 off a throw is not too bad. Of course, you get more of the regular command grab or the other overheads or whatever. So the one thing that I do want to, I normally don't go over like specific normals, like call out this or that. But one thing I do gotta give T1000 is this, right? So you can So Johnny is set to do his enhanced shadow kick. This is the fastest armor in this entire game. If I do stand 3 into the overhead hammer, it's a true jail, because the stand 3 I guess is plus on block. So stand 3 into the low, true jail. So stand 3 leads to a legit mix. Of course, you know, the back 3 is punishable and all that, but just the general idea of, you know, get a reset, stand 3 jails into the overhead or the other low. And so the idea, at least with Tremor, you can do this with other cameos, but the idea is do stand 3, you know, to whatever, or which you could do. Again, you can get fancier damage or whatever, but this is the general basic idea. Yeah, so like that's an interesting little normal there. The other thing as well, again, if you can get the timing down, your 4-3-4-3-4 has 2 overheads in there, so you can mix that in with the, you know, the slower overhead of the hammer or the faster low. You can get more mix. Generally, this character is built to mix the hell out of you, and to be honest, he is just literally a T800 from MK11, just better, as he should be, right? It's, you know, better Terminator than T800, just lore-wise. So hopefully you guys find this guide at least somewhat helpful. Again, stand 3-2-1-2 is one of your key strings. Stand 2-4, 4-3-4-3-4, 4-2-2, forward 1-4, forward 1-3, like back 3-2. Like, to be honest, the only things I don't use a whole lot are stand 1-2-1 and back 2. Aside from that, I'll go through everything. I completely neglected the jump strings, and that is just, hold on, let me fix this. Alright, I have Johnny set here to jump, so I'm just going to demonstrate the jump strings. So jump 3-2 is a pop-up, jump 1-2-2 is a pop-up as well, and then jump 2, grab, your 1-2-1 plus 3. There we go. Jump 2, grab. So all 3 of these are decent damage, you know, all that. Jump 3-2 is generally regarded, as far as I'm aware, generally regarded as the best string because it has the most damage and really consistent combos. Just depends on, I guess, the combo you do and the cameos and stuff. But yeah, I completely forgot to mention, as well as it is very hard to enter the T1000 because of the jump 3-2. Jump kick usually takes priority in MK games, and this is no exception. And his is a full string that yeah, it is kind of nutty. It's hard to anti-air and hard to air the T1000. Like, once he's in there, it's like, okay, I either up block this or just hold it, because there's not much you can do. So yeah, hopefully that makes more sense. I think that's about everything I can really cover in an ultimate guide for this character. Again, you know, I personally, you know, the strings I highlighted earlier, I play around the overhead hammer, the low spikes, and the command grab a lot. The actual wake up armor, fine. The actual EX, Dynamic 2 for combos, sure. I don't use the gunshots a whole lot, except for like certain combos with certain cameos. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to really cover, aside from, well, if you enhance, let me just get Johnny to chill here. If you enhance the armor, or not the armor state, you can press your block button again, and it will put you into the liquid metal state, which will get the launcher. So I guess in theory, if you want to spend bar, and you know, if you're fast enough on the fingers and things are punishable enough, you might be able to get like an armored launcher on his own. But that is extremely difficult. I don't imagine it's being consistent. But I'm thinking like you armor through like a projectile, you slide under another projectile, and then you slide into a full combo, right? At least that's my thoughts. But then again, why not just do back 4 through by itself? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This character is definitely a lot of fun. He's, of course, a lot of mix. His combos actually take some effort, right? Depending on the cameos. But he's a lot of fun. He's like he's not a vortex character. He's not like a grappler like Gears or Ghostface or Reiko are. But he has enough grapple-ish shenanigans going on and like pressure into grab situations. Like, I wouldn't say he's like a grappler, but he's like close enough from like, yep, I'll play you, because especially with Tremor, like, a lot of fun. So hope you guys found this video helpful, and we'll see you guys in the next one.